After a home invasion and shooting overnight, people who live nearby shocked by the violence. Good evening, I'm Aziza Schuler. Thank you for being with us on our streaming channel tonight. That shooting and home invasion happened early this morning in Lower Merion Township. Police say they're now looking for at least 2 suspects and the 2 vehicles they used to escape. Our Ray Strickland is speaking with neighbors there tonight.
Police can be seen surrounding a home in the unit block of Meredith Road in Lower Merion Township, collecting evidence and hoping to piece together a crime that's left the community in shock.
You never think anything like this is going to happen, like next door to you.
The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office says a man was killed and a woman was seriously injured after they were both shot during a home invasion around 2:20 Sunday morning. Police are now looking for at least 2 suspects in a vehicle one of the suspects used to escape. The District Attorney's Office says police were looking for this 2004 green Jeep Cherokee that was stolen during the home invasion, but says it was recovered.
Just do not, for the life of me, understand how another person can take another person's life. I do not get it.
The district's attorney's office also confirmed the victims were mother and son. Scott Richards' thoughts are with the family, and he's praying the woman makes a full recovery. He says he's known her for over 15 years.
We all know each other. We all know our everybody's kids, whether it's the people across the street here or 2 doors down or 3 doors down or the street over. Everybody knows everybody. And it's when something like this happens, you're just like, I don't understand. And then you definitely get a little scared.
Investigators are still trying to figure out a motive for the crime and whether it was targeted.
I just really hope the Lower Merion Police Department and the detectives involved figure out who did this, figure out why they did this, and apprehend them and get them off the streets, because it's going to make everybody sleep a lot better.
And police are now offering a $5,000 reward for information that can lead to an arrest in this case. So if you know anything that can help them in this investigation, give them a call. Reporting in Lower Merion Township, Ray Strickland, CBS News, Philadelphia.
We're dealing with some really terrible people at this point that have committed an atrocious crime.
As we were saying, police say they've made an arrest in a deadly home invasion that shocked the community in Wynwood, but another suspect is still on the loose.
Well, last weekend, a 25-year-old man was killed, his mother critically injured after being shot inside their home in Montgomery County. CBS News Philadelphia's Josh Sanders joins us now live from Lower Merion tonight with the latest on this murder investigation. Josh.
Hey, good evening, guys. Yes, just an hour ago, Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele and police announced the arrest of 41-year-old Charles Fulforth on charges that include second-degree murder, robbery, and other related charges. Now, they say a source told investigators that Kelvin Roberts, the suspect they are still searching for, was criminally involved with his boss, who they determined was Charles Fulforth. Now, Steele says the 2 men worked together at a business in Willow Grove. The DA says they invaded that home in Lower Merion on December 8th while stealing jewelry. One of them allegedly shot and killed Andrew Gaudio and then wounded his mother, Bernadette. Steele says it was surveillance video from the 5900 block of Sampson Street in West Philly that helped them locate and arrest Fulforth. Steele also gave an update on the mother, Bernadette, saying that she is currently paralyzed from her injuries.
This was a horrible crime. I find it very difficult not to think about what Bernadette is going through with her recovery and what happened in that bedroom and what she saw happen to her son. So we really need to get this other individual, Kelvin Roberts, into custody. He's dangerous. Anybody that would be involved in something like this needs to be behind bars.
And authorities say they still don't know a motive behind this, if the home was targeted or this was random. I asked Steele if Fulforth is cooperating in helping them locate Kelvin Roberts. He would not directly answer that question. U.S. Marshals are also involved in this manhunt. A $5,000 reward remains in effect for anyone that can help provide information in locating Roberts. Josh Sanders, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Coming in on fairly short notice here, we wanted to give you an update concerning the Lower Marion home invasion, homicide, and attempted murder that occurred back on the early morning hours of December 8th, Sunday morning. In this, with me is Superintendent of Police Andy Block from Lower Marion. You'll see also with me is Chief of Police of Abington, Pat Malloy, who is here because we were able to apprehend one of the individuals that was involved in this home invasion, and that was due to a great partnership with Abington Police and the work that they did to safely get a very dangerous man into custody. Everybody showed great restraint with this. He was in a crowded building with a number of apartments, and we were able to apprehend Charles Fulforth without incident earlier today. So to update where we are at this point, we were able to, through our investigation, determine that the two individuals, Kelvin Roberts, who we are still looking for, and Charles Fulforth were together. They were in the area of Sansom Street. They went to the area of the home invasion on Meredith Road. They left in two different cars afterwards. One of the cars was the victim's car that was stolen after a number of items were stolen from the house, and that was then tracked back to the Sansom Street area, which is where we found the victim's jewelry box. I'd also like to update a bit on Bernadette Gaudio, who was the mother of the victim of the homicide, who was also shot. She's a very brave and courageous woman. She is still in a very difficult place, but she has been going in the right direction with things. We were able to speak to her, and we hope that her recovery, although I think, she unfortunately is experiencing, she's paralyzed right now, and trying to work through that, but she seems to be getting a little bit of movement. We hope and pray for more of a recovery from her. So that's the update at this point. I want to put the picture up of Charles Fulforth, a 41-year-old individual who was living in Jenkintown at the time. And I want to reiterate the other individual that we're looking for. We put a picture out of him, Kelvin Roberts, already. And here is another photograph of him, and I hope that maybe if he has tried to change his appearance in any way, that this will be a helpful photograph for you all to get out. So we'll take questions. Again, Chief Malloy was involved in the arrest of this individual, and we're very thankful for his role. And of course, Superintendent Block, this was in his jurisdiction.
Do you have any indication how this house was chosen?
No, we're still working, and look, we have a ways to go in this investigation. But we have not been able to develop the reason why it was this house. I think we have a lot of things that we have still to work out, and hopefully I'll know at some point, but I don't know right now.
It sounds like there was no provocation for the shooting. Is that?
Yeah. So the individuals simply went into Bernadette's room and shot her. And I mean, she was basically bedridden at the time. She had a injured leg, and then she couldn't move afterwards because of where the one of the bullets struck her. She was able to call 911 using Siri, and it was it was a very brave move on her part, because I think indications are that the individuals were still in the house at the time.
Can you explain how you guys located Charles?
Yes, we have incredible partners in law enforcement. We were able to develop him as a lead. We did a lot of investigation using phones and background to be able to determine his path and his location. So we had been following him, and we were able to put him into the apartment building yesterday, and folks worked all night and straight through and made sure that when we got him this morning that we got him in a safe way. There'll be more to come, and I anticipate that we're going to have some more charges regarding things we found, but I'm not there yet to be able to talk about that.
Can you talk about how U.S. Marshals are coming alongside and how you and everyone else are working together to find Kelvin Roberts?
Yeah, I can tell you that this is an incredible team effort. It's something that I am so appreciative of here in Montgomery County to have the incredible law enforcement that we do. We have two of the best police departments anywhere. That the chiefs are standing next to me here on things, and we have federal partners that are working with us, and this is a full court press right now, and we're really hopeful that somebody will identify where Kelvin Roberts is and let us know. Reward remains in effect for information that will help us apprehend him.
What about anybody who's helping him?
$5,000 award right now.
Anyone who's helping him? These are guys that walked into the house, people who were sleeping, and just shot him.
Yeah.
And there could be people out there helping him lie. What do you think that?
Well, if anybody is helping him at this point, there are charges that are very likely to come their way too.
Right. That's what Tom Holman talking about. Whoever's hiding,
I'm very appreciative
illegal migrants.
All of you to get this information
it's a crime
out.
The harbor
It helped
fugitives.
us in the investigation, and I hope will help us apprehend the defendant. Yes, sir.
That picture.
See that, yo?
Los Angeles is at a California.
That's what Tom Holman talking about.
Connections.
It's a crime if you hide those goddamn
I believe
migrants.
it is
Illegal
Department of
migrants.
Transportation from California. So
Harboring
I'm not
fugitives
sure, but it
and
was
shit.
a more recent photo. I believe
charged
it was
for that shit.
2017, so we wanted to get that out to you.
So it's possible he could be out there then too.
I don't think so.
Is Full Forth helping in the investigation to find Roberts?
Mr. Fulforth is arrested. He will be arraigned shortly. He's out at the correctional institute at this point. He'll be arraigned from there, and he'll be given no bail because he faces a potential life sentence. We're gonna again we're continuing the investigation, and we have a lot left to run on at this point. We're gonna keep investigating this case.
When you talked to us on Monday when things were still developing and not clear, you had indicated that the son was shot while fighting back. Is that still what it appears, or he was just shot?
No, you know, and we were able to confirm this through the conversation that we were able to have with Bernadette. It seems that Andrew had come to help her in her room, and that's where he was. That's where he was murdered.
Have you determined who the shooter was, or are you accusing both of them of firing shots during this incident?
So, Carl, right now, the charges are second-degree murder, felony murder. So anybody that is involved in a dangerous felony and somebody dies as a result of it faces a potential life imprisonment. At this point, you know, we have not indicated, you know, the shooter. I believe there's more than one shooter, and that's based upon, you know, some of the evidence that we recovered here. But right now, the charges are
shell
second-degree
casings.
murder.
2 guns
we
probably
will
was
continue
fired
to
through the
investigate.
shell casings
And look, I mean,
that they
there's
found
a
at
lot
the
of
scene.
ballistic evidence to go through. There's a lot of things to determine with the scene, as well as other scientific tests that we're going to need to do on items that we've been able to recover. So I hope to have more for you on that at some point. But the bottom line on this, this was a horrible crime on these two individuals, and I find it very difficult not to think about what Bernadette is going through with her recovery and what happened in that bedroom and what she saw happen to her son. So we really need to get this other individual, Kelvin Roberts, into custody. He's dangerous. Anybody that would be involved in something like this needs to be behind bars.
Did Fulford take off with the victim's vehicle?
We believe so, yeah.
Has that been recovered?
It has. It has. We were able to recover the victim's vehicle near Sansom Street, and based upon some things that happened today, we are certain of Mr. Full-Force involvement in it.
Anyone else you think, or just the two of them?
We're still looking at that, Deanna. We know it's at least 2, but we'll see if anything else develops on it.
According to the complaint, the jewelry box that you recovered was empty. Is there thought that he is using that to fund his?
We recovered the jewelry box, and you know, I think that is this clear link, you know, in the case with these 2 individuals, and you know what we've been able to get on video and things from some cameras in the area. So you know, we're continuing to work this, but it's going in the right direction.
It's just kind of hard to wrap your head around. Both these men have criminal records, not just in Montgomery County, but surrounding areas. Going back and
Full court press, not a half court press. Full court
the other
press.
guns, the other were drugs, the other was burglary. They walk into a house and in the middle of the night when people are sleeping and just shoot them basically in their beds. Any idea at this point why they escalated to that?
Cowards.
We know that they broke into the house. We know that they went upstairs.
Scumbags.
And we know that they shot one individual and murdered another. We have things to continue to look at in this investigation to try to determine why. But as you know, in some cases, you know, the why, you know, isn't out there. You know, we're dealing with some really terrible people at this point that have committed an atrocious crime. All right, thanks everybody.